Hey guys, Anya Katsevman here. So in this challenging time for all of us in the social and partner dance communities, I wanted to share a couple of tips with you about establishing a great connection with yourself so you can use this time to prepare yourselves for developing a great connection with others. So a couple of key points. In order to better communicate on the dance floor with somebody else, it's really important that you find a connection with your body first. So we're going to practice frame, we're going to practice weight transfer, and we're going to practice touch. To assist me with all of this, I want you to meet my fabulous partner, Wall. So first and foremost, let's establish a connection with ourselves. Let's make sure that our posture is upright, bones stacked one on top of the other. We're going to gauge where our weight is through our pelvis, because our pelvis can move the spine as one unit. And especially as a Latin dancer, even though I feel every part of my foot on the floor, I like to keep my pelvis a little bit more towards the balls so that I can be agile and fast when I need to be. So I'm not dancing on my tippy toes. I am fully relaxed, perfectly grounded, feeling the floor with every part of my foot. I am, however, a little bit more towards the front than the back to allow me to use the balls of my feet to transfer weight. My frame is going to come into place through the usage of the muscles in my back. So I'm feeling the expansion of my shoulder blades away from my rib cage as they glide and the shoulders stay in place, and my elbows facilitate the position where I'm going to maintain my arms. From the elbow, I can bring things closer towards me, walk away from it, right? So the responsibility of the elbow is to gauge for distance, but it needs to stay nice and neutral for my body to move as one unit. A lot of times, if we rotate the elbow too much, the shoulders will rotate as well, which causes your shoulder blade to disconnect from the body, which causes your arms to hang out on their own and the rest of the body not quite communicate to them. Finally, touch. It's really important that we all recognize that our hands are typically a point of contact for us. They're not, however, what sends and receives the information, right? So through this point of contact, yes, I am establishing communication, but I am communicating what my body is doing through this point of contact. I am receiving what the other person's body is doing through this point of contact. So at no point should my arms be taking over, or should I be using my hands to create tension, because when I do that, I'm no longer communicating what my body is doing to the music. I'm now communicating some sort of tension or muscular tone that I have in my upper body, but not necessarily everywhere else, right? Because a great connection is established when we communicate clearly. So for me to communicate whether I'm leading or following in the best, most distinct way, I want my body weight to be what the other person feels, and I use my hands as just a point of contact for that message. So I want you to start paying attention to the importance of the heel of the palm. So your wrist will create a slight pronation so that the heel of the palm can be what really gauges that information. Yes, our fingers are extremely sensory, but they're also a little too far from everything else, so it's easy to lose the information there, right? The palm has this nice wide surface area where you can clearly say, hey, I'm over here, hey, I'm over there. So this is really a more secure point of contact, which can more clearly talk with where your body is. So I'm going to establish a frame and connection with myself. I'm going to make sure that my wrist is slightly pronated so the heel of my palm can be the receiver and the sender of that information. And I'm going to keep my arms a little bit below my chest area so that I could properly feel my body weight, as opposed to it being in an uncomfortable place where that is no longer neutral. So you want to start feeling how, as you shift your weight to the right, you can clearly tell that now there's pressure in the heel of your palm on the right. That's what your partner would feel. And when you shift your weight to the left, you are now communicating what's happening to your body on the left side of your connection. So I'm going to continue transferring weight and just sensing what that feels like in my hands. So the best wall communication here is whatever you give it, it's going to give you, right? This is why I like this exercise so much, that you can't take the responsibility away from yourself, right? So whatever I'm feeling from myself, the wall is giving me exactly what I'm giving it. So now I know what my partner would feel like in this moment, which I gotta say is pretty fabulous. And I can stay responsible for my own frame and my own body weight, right? So at no point do I feel like I'm pushing up against the wall. At no point do I feel like my upper body is taking over. At no point am I pushing myself away. There's no excessive force needed here with the arms. The more subtle I stay with the relationship of my arm to my body, the more receptive I can be of all the information. So whether I'm leading or following, the sensitivity that I have here is super important for me to feel all those little subtle changes and better enjoy the communication with myself, with the person I'm dancing with, and with the music. So I encourage you to practice your weight transfers and to exercise it in every possible direction, right? If I'm going forward and back, more things start rotating around my spine, and I can feel how the presence of this contact actually allows me to move a little bit more, right, without using any force. I'm going to feel what that's like moving side to side. If I wanted to be closer to my partner, I would actually do the work to get closer and notice how my elbows allow for that. If I wanted to go further, I would walk further, right? So we don't lose communication at any point. I can feel myself everywhere, but I can also feel myself doing the work in my body as opposed to doing the work in my arms. And it feels quite different and fantastic to do it here versus here. So the hope is, as you exercise this connection with yourself and your very neutral partner, that you could walk away from the wall and maintain that frame for your own connection, right? This is also great for utilization of speed and rebound and momentum and opposition, contra body movement, all of it. All of it has to do with your frame. But the significance of it communicating with someone else is in it staying light and not taking over the responsibility of what your body's gonna do, right? Because the best people to dance with are the ones that take full responsibility for their weight transfer. That's when we're truly communicating what the music is helping us express through our bodies, right? So the more you keep things in your body, the easier it is to coordinate that to the music, to coordinate that with the person you're dancing with. So I encourage you to try this every day. I encourage you to find the relationship with yourself, find the relationship with the music, find the relationship with your frame, and it will help you feel super confident on the dance floor when it comes to communicating with other people. I am Anya Katsevman, and this is how we win.